let's just wait for a few 5 more minutes so that everybody is there, and then we shall begin. So, any confusion so far in any of the topic we have covered, like aapne kiya, who could say, and any error you might have gotten, or any confusion, or like anything. If there is, please tell me. Otherwise, we'll begin with the next topic, that is sets. So, is anybody having any question or doubt and wants me to like explain a topic again or anything? Okay, Akash. Anji, what about others? Only like Akash, Sonia, Hardik, and Aman. I just got a response from them. What about others? We have like, 13 people here. Okay. Okay. So Akash, in which topic you are having confusion? Please tell. With my network. Okay, no problem, Arzu. Hanji Akash, please tell me, like, what in which topic you are having confusion. Okay. Okay, so till the time like you get it, please tell me. So let's begin with set. So set is one another data type, just like we did list. We did yes, we just only covered list. So another apart from list is set. So what the work of a set is, let's say I have defined this as a my so set kind of they're called unordered. So when you say unordered, just a list में था that second. So lists are kind of thing like if you define, let's say I've defined my list here. Let me zoom in here. So, so I've defined this as my list because you see we have square brackets here. So I've said that I want to give these many number of time. So list will allow you to do this such kind of thing that it allows duplicacy. You can give an element multiple number of time. It won't create any problem. But the purpose of set is the same. Like if it gives you unique elements, if you have like I've defined three like n number of times here. So ideally we just have three unique elements in my list L1. That is 1, 2, and 3. Although 3 is repeating n number of times, but still the unique elements are just 1, 2, and 3. So what set will do is if I create this list as a set. So the purpose of set is to get unique elements. So you get a set of unique elements. So no repetition, nothing. So always it will reduce the dimension, or it will reduce the number of elements from your original, because it will just give you like without any, it will give you unique values. So set again, in order to define a set, we need like just like in list we use square brackets. So in order to define a set, you need to have curly braces. So you see here I've defined it using curly braces, and what values I've given similar to list 1, 2, and 3 n number of time. And then I print both of them. You see I'm printing list and comma L1, and then in the next cell I'm printing set, and you see the results are way different. So when I'm printing the list, I'm getting as it is, as I've defined the list. And when I'm printing my set, so although these were the values in my set, but what is the output? It's just 1, 2, and 3. So the main purpose of set or sets are used at that place where you just want unique elements from your data. You do not want any duplicates. You just want to fetch unique elements. So you create that document as a set. So as a result, you get all the unique elements. And in order to define a set, either you use curly braces, or what you can do is, let's say set2 is equal, so you write the keyword set. So you define using this word, or comma 3, comma 3, comma 3, comma 3, or you can do it using curly braces. This also can be used for the type conversion. Let's say, okay, so let's say this is, I've defined my new set. Now let's say I want to convert my list to a set. So we'll be using not only for this list and set, anywhere if you want to do the type conversion, that is you want to convert one data type to another, you just have to use a keyword, just if we did an int, float, string. So same thing is here. So this was my list. In order to convert this list to a set, I just need to write this keyword set here, and set, and what I want to convert will come into the brackets. So L1. Now if I print both of them, I'll have like, oops, set 2 and set 4. What is the error? Okay, it has to be in the form of list. It won't take otherwise in form of a list, or you can just give it like this. Sorry. But it has to be a combination. See, now just try to, whenever you get an error, try to read that error. What this error says, set expected at most one argument got 7. And at which line? So whenever you read your error, try to find out, you'll have these, see, I will try to find out where is my line of code which I've written. So this is again my line, all these three are my line of code. But again, where this error is pointing, it is pointing at this line number 5. So always try to identify that if you have an error, which, like Python, or the error is pointing at which line. So it means there are such, like if you have error in this line or a line prior to it, it won't be after that. If it is pointing at this one, so error, the chances like 90% error at line 5, or error at line number, let's say I've defined error at line number 3. So this is the way you see that in which place you have made an error in your code. Plus, it says like it's just normal the English. It's just normal English. You just have to understand. So it says unexpected arguments. We have 7. So what I've done here, I've given these many values here and it was pointing it. So it says at most one argument it will accept. So I just have to create this as one argument. You see, like we did a nested list here. So if I give multiple values here, so it means I'm giving 7 unique values. But if within a list, I'm giving one list. So although I can give as many elements here, but still it will be considered as one element. So same case, if I want to feed elements into set this way, then I need to create them as like one unique element prior, like it won't accept these many elements. So okay, so whenever you encounter an error, try reading your error, try finding out like to which piece of code this error is pointing at, then it will be easy for you to understand कि आपने कहाँ गलती किया. Okay, now if I run it, it is similar to this one. If I make it as a list, it becomes similar to. You see, all the way I'm getting, either I'm defining it using this keyword set, or I'm defining it using this curly braces. Sorry. Or if I'm feeding the name of a list. In all of the situation, I'm getting the same result. That is 1, 2, and 3, which were my unique elements apart from this list. So is the topic like concept of set clear? Why do we use set and what is the purpose of set? Typecasting, like what exactly you are referring to, Komal? Yes, Komal, like in line number 7, we have converted this list, which was L1, to a set 4. Yes. Okay. So anybody's having any confusion in set, like what is the concept of set and how it is different from list? Just the concept. So define a set of your own and try converting a list to a set, or you have already done it. And again, in order to check the type, just will be using the keyword type always wherever you want to check a type. So type, and I want to let's say I want to check it for set 4. So when I run it, you see it gave me class set. Okay. So once you're done with the coding part, please tell me, then I'll move to the next operation of a set. Okay. Now moving on. So this is just a simple command that if we want to check a value, that if this value exists in a set, then it will give you the Boolean result. So this is, it's not just only applicable to set, you can use it anywhere as well. Let's say, what was the name of our list? L1. So if I want to check the value of, like, if 3 is existing in my list L1, then I can just use this keyword. So it will work with it will work with most of the set and lexicon dictionaries. So yeah, simple command that if this is there in 3, हमने किया भी था ना refresher में, if 3, like if I say not in, then it will give me false because 3 is there. So that's the similar command which you have done in refresher as well. Okay. Now I've written here, once a set is created, you cannot change its item. You can add. So let's say I just want to add an element to a set. So dot add is the operation of the function name which we use. So if I'm saying set dot add in brackets, I'm just specifying 2000. So you see, when I'm running this command, I'm able to add 2000. When I'm adding 1000 here, and after that I'm adding 3000, you see all the elements are getting added to my set. Now if I say set dot add, and it will work differently with text data, you see. Oops, let me print it. You see, now that's why it's called unordered, because at times so initially where the values were getting printed, 1000, 2000 and 3000 were at the end. So when I just inserted text data, you see my set, this has came up to be the end, and 1000, 2000, 3000, they are now at different places. Now if I, let's say I'm just adding another value here, that too in capital, set 1. Again, I'm not printed. Set 1. Now you see, so it's called unorder. In the backend, it does the it looks for the places. So it's that is why it is called unordered. Sets are always unordered. They will not have a specific pattern कि वो हमेशा वैसे ही या end, like the values will be added to the end of a set. No, they can go like anywhere in the set. So it's all random and unordered. And if I just add, let's say this was with s dot add, and let's say I'm just adding add here, and after that set 1 dot add and add or capital D, and then I'm printing set here for you. You see, it's all of random, like capital letters came up first, then we had one capital, then it came up. We'll do that, we'll come to that as well, Anusha. इंडेक्सिंग नहीं होगा, ऑर्डर्ड नहीं है तो ordered nahi hai to indexing nahi hoga. If I say set 0, you see, set object is not subscriptable because they are unordered. So if you want to refer to this element 3000 and certain time you want to add something, so you don't know that the position of that value might change. So that's why. Yes, you can add. So we have a different command, that the next command update will do the same thing, Akash, which you're talking about. That if you want to add multiple elements together, this dot add command is just to add one value at a time. When you want to add multiple values, we have a different command for that. Okay. So try adding values to your set, and once you are done, please tell me. हो गया? Like, have you done? Okay. Now, another command when we want to add just a combination or multiple values all together, then we have dot update function. So let's say this is my set one with a combination of both text and integer values, and set two is all again the combination of integer and text data. So I want to update my set one. So see, one thing is here. Uh, uh, Updating, what it will do, it will make, let's say I'm saying here set one dot update, and I want to add the values, like I want to insert the values of s2 into s1. So if I want to see the changes, I need to print my set one, because this is the set which I'm updating. You see here, just like in list dot append, the set in which you want to make change will come first, and elements of another set which you want to insert will come in the brackets. Now, if I'm saying set one dot update, so my this set will be updated with what? All these elements of set two. So they'll come up here in this set, and all the values will be in this set one. Okay, so you have to be like, you should know. And again, if I say it, let's say if I'm saying a is equals to, this thing will also give me none. So let me show you this as well. So if I print a here, you see it gave me none because it does not return anything. Dot update function does not give any output. What it does is it just update the value. So you cannot do such kind of things. If you do, you will get a none value as an output. Okay, so now set one is updated. Now if I print my set one here, you see now, yes, you see now these all the values of a, b, name, last name, and they are added. And one more thing, like there was a and b in my set one and s2 as well. And you see, when I get the result, there is only one a here and one b here. So repetitive values are gone. So I've just got set of unique elements. Clear? So this way, either you can define, give a set name of a set, or you can use this command as well. That is again, but you have to be careful that this all should be one entity. You see here, this all is one entity. This all is again a set, and then I'm inserting, or I'm updating my set one with all these values. If I just remove these brackets here, this one and this at the end, so I'll get the same error. That is, it was expecting one input or one parameter, and multiple were given. So whenever you do an update command, you have to be careful that either you give a name of a set, or you define something as one unique entity and then feed into dot update command. And when I run this here, you see now, the value of set one is again updated with different elements here. Now it's all from this set. Okay, so this way you can insert or update multiple values to an existing set. You cannot change. And if I do, let's say I can flip it as well, or this one. So set 2 dot update, and I want to insert the elements of set 1. And if I just print set 2 here, then that changes will be stored into set 2, not set 1. You see? So whatsoever come first will be a parent, where all the changes will be reflected. So is anybody having any confusion in dot update command? Pratik, what do you want me to repeat? Tell me. What do you want me to repeat? Which topic you want me to repeat, Pratik, or from like from where? This update, okay. So it is like it is similar to dot add, but one difference is that dot add will take only one value at a time. So if you want to say you want to add or insert 100 values into a set, so you just cannot run dot add operation 100 times. So in that kind of scenario, we have dot update function. So let's say this was my existing set 1, okay, and I want to, or one by one. So let's say these are, sorry. So let's say these are my two sets, set 1 and S2. And I want to update my set 2 with the values of set 1. So like I've just 150 here. And I want all these values from set 1 to come into this S2. So uske liye I'll use dot update command. So what it will do is like I have to give the name of the parent, like the set which I want to update. So here what I want to update. Sorry. So I want to update S2, correct? So I'll give the name of S2 prior. I want to update this set, so iska naam I've given first, then dot update is the function name, and then with what elements I want to update this parent set, that is S2. So I wanted that all these elements from this set should go into this one. So okay, so jiske elements I want to insert, like the new values should come into the brackets, and S2, like the first set will be your parent set. So either you could just give a name of a set in dot update function name, or at a time like you can give multiple values as well. So both ways will work. Now here this is all one entity. You see here it is just one complete set. So like I've given my name here set1 in line number 7, and in line number 5 I'm giving multiple elements altogether, but again they are one entity. They are enclosed in curly braces. So then they're not different, like individually if you say this is 1. So update will take only one parameter, and like this is one parameter. Bhale hi within this one parameter I'm having multiple values, but for this update it is one parameter. Okay, so either you could use this approach that you just have a few number of elements and you're good to go with the typing part. Then you can use this approach to update. Now all these elements will be added to my set 1 here. Okay, or either you can give a name of a set and then this set will be updated to my S2. And when I'm printing them, all these updated elements are like they are inserted into my existing set. So if I say set1 and S2 here, you see the values are, and again set will give you unique elements. So if there is any repetition, that is, let's say my set1, sorry, A was in set1 as well and it was in S2 as well. And when I'm printing the result after updating, you see A is only occurring one time here. So it will remove duplicacy itself. Even if an element is occurring 100 of time in both the set, it will just give you one result, one output for that element. Clear hua, Pratik? Is anybody having any other question? Okay, then moving on. Then let's say if you want to remove an element from a set, then dot remove is the command name. And again, unordered hai, any values coming at any place at random. So there is no such, indexing performed. So you just have to feed in the element name which you want to remove. And again, you just don't have to worry that only first occurrence will go, second is not gone. So that thing is not there in set, because item will come only one time because it gives unique element. So if you're feeding A here, so because ideally एक value एक बार ही होगी set में, so that value will right away go when we use dot remove command. So if I say set1 dot remove, and what was my set1? This is my set1 here. And if I remove dot, like if I'm asking to remove A, you see when I'm printing here, my A is gone, which was initially between here, like B and AD. And now AD has come up at this place and B has come up at this place. Pehle kuch aur, you see here, like how differently. First, this was the pattern. Initially B came up then A, and then AB. And in this command, I'm asking to remove A. And when I'm printing the result, you see, again it is flipped. AD has come up first and then followed by B. So there is no such specific pattern because they are unordered. And you see now A is removed. I do not have A. Okay. Sonia, you have, I think you, see, let's say at this point I've removed, when I run this command, give me a second, guys. This is my set 1. And now if I remove A here, what I did, key error. So मैंने क्या किया पहले, I've run this command, A was removed, and then I run it again. Now A does not exist into my set. And if I run it again, it will say key error. So wherever you find a key error, it means there is a problem with this word which you have given. It means this word does not exist in your like set or where you are searching. So try like run your set again and then do the remove command. आपने ये command 2 बार run की है, इसलिए at the very first run it was removed and second में it got an error. ठीक है? No, dot remove will take only one value at a time. I want to copy those elements in a new set. Dot copy command. So let's say I want to copy them to set 7. So sorry, set 1 dot copy and then set 7. So dot copy will work with everything, be it a list, be it a set, or be anything else when we move further in Python and ML. Dot copy will work with each and everything. It will make a duplicate copy of your existing, and then you can work with that. Insert it on yourself. Okay. Now similarly, after removing A, I'm removing AD, and again you see the position is changed. So AD is gone. So if you want to remove an element, so you just have to use dot remove command. Okay. Hanji, is everybody done with the command? Shall I move to the next one or still doing it? Okay then. Then next we have is union command. So this is similar to jo humne which we did in math. So union, intersection, symmetric difference. So these are the next command which will be working with set. So just like update, we were able to insert the values of an existing set to another. So the same thing can be done by using union as well. So what union does is, so let's say you have one set and the set is like this is my set 1 and this is my set 2 and set 3 and set 4, all like there are some repetitions here, but ideally most of the values are like different. So what union will do is, if I'm asking union of set 1 and set 2, as the name says, that it will combine all the values together. So there was one limitation with update. So I was just able to update only one set at a time. You see here, only one set, like only one value was acceptable, either the name of a set or, but union solves this problem. You can club as many sets all together. So you see here, I want to club all these sets together. So I'm saying set 1 dot, I'm asking that make a union of what? Make a union of all these sets with this set 1 and store the results into set 3 underscore 1. Okay, now what and similarly here, this either you use dot union function name, or you can use this pipe sign as well. Both will work. Both are representing the same thing here. So you can use, and again, by this, if you are using a pipe sign, then you have to write it this way, like the number of set you want to club together. Or if you're using the function name, then you just have to give one set name here, followed by jitne bhi aapko dene hain, you have to give them in brackets. Yes, Akash, yes, it will return. Just update me, it was updating an existing set. It here it will return a new set because we are saying union, not update. So union, as I said, it will club this set with all these sets in the bracket. Or is case में it will pick all of them and it will club all of them together and will give a new result. So you can store the result here. जैसे हमने यहाँ पे किया ना equal to I've done S3_1, S4_1. So it is giving me a result. That's why I'm able to store them. But this was not there in update. And when I print the result, you see all the values are clubbed together. All the values from set 1, set 2, set 3, and set 4, they are clubbed together and into one set. Yeah. And again, the results are same. You see, the results are all same because we have performed the same operation, but one was performed using dot union function name and another was performed using this pipe sign. But again, one and the same thing, you can use either. So is anybody having any confusion? And again, duplicacy is removed automatically whenever you are making a set. Duplicate elements will itself go away without any additional command. Hanji, has everybody done it or you're still doing it? Okay. Okay, Sonia. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Is the return value right? Can you explain numbers? Okay. Sonia, like what I'm not able to understand the question. Is the return, it returns the value. Acha, yes, it returns the value. जैसे I'm able to store the value means जो dot union function है, it gives me a new output. Yes, update was not giving me any new output, it was updating to an existing set, but dot union gives a output which you can store. So line number 7, okay. What is the like what we are doing here? So the name is function. The name of the function is dot union, and in brackets I'm giving the name of all the sets which I want to combine, and combine them with what set 1. You can flip them. If I say set 3 here, and if I do set 1, oops, then also it will work the same way. So you just have, it is the format. How does it work? Like the way it works is you have to give a set name here along with other sets which you want to combine all together. But now you see the pattern is different. Initially set 2 followed by set 1 and then set 4. So what was my set 1 here? 1, 2, 3 and 100. Now you see 1 to 3 came up here. Oh, sorry. 3, the pattern is different now. Initially 8, 9, 10 values were there. Now 200 has come up first and 8, 9, and 10 has come up later. So like, it all changes. Set 1 here and then set 4. Now the pattern is a bit different. Yeah. But again, we'll do the same thing. It will club all the values all together. Okay. Now just like union, like we were able to club all the values together and get a new set out of them. So another is dot. How can we use it practically? If Akash, we use it in the case whenever like we want to get unique elements out of it. अगर मुझे कुछ unique चाहिए और I want to club two set all together, then only it's used. Indexing, we don't use it for indexing. If you want to perform indexing here, then let's say this is my set 4 1 is here. I'll make it to list set, or let's say L1. I will make it to list and then only I will be able to refer to the elements. Set me, you cannot refer to the elements. List me, so once they are defined, they are fixed, so you can use them by indexing. So you have like it's a combination. So programming is all about combination of multiple things. So आप multiple चीजें use करके then you get your result. Okay. Now just like union where we were able to club multiple values of a set together and get another set out of them. So another just opposite to is intersection. It will give you like union में to whatever came up was clubbed. So intersection will give you all the values which are in common. Okay. So we have two syntaxes for this as well. Either you use this ampersand sign or you can use this intersection function name. Again वही चीजें है, you can use any like आप पहले you write set 4 first or set 3 or set 2 does not matter. What it will give you all like elements which is unique to all of the set. Like um, now let's say we have gotten the output 7. Just to explain why 7 is present in all of my set. It is present in set 1, it is present in set 2, it is present in set 3, and it is present in set 4. So value which is present in all of the set is my result. That is dot intersection. That is common value which exists in all of the set will be given as result. And if I remove this 7 from my set V here, now you see I've gotten an empty set because I'm in my intersection I'm asking set 4 as well, and whereas in set 4 there is nothing in common जो बाकी में है, there is nothing such which is there in set 4. So it will ask, or it will return something which is common. So if I'm giving 7 here, so we get a 7 here because 7 is present in all of my set here. So you can use an ampersand sign, or you can use a dot intersection function name, and it will return you or like whatever is common. If more than one values are common, let's say I'm giving 18 here and 18 here and oops, 18 here, and after B also I'm giving 18. So when I run this, you see I've gotten a combination of 18, 7 because these two values are present in all of my set here. So I've gotten the common thing. कोई confusion है in intersection? So once you're done with the coding part, please tell me. Or if anybody is having any confusion, then also please tell me. What about others? I just got a response on two. बाकी सबका भी हो गया? Okay. Now moving on, we did union, we did intersection. Now this is dot difference command. What it is, like it's way different from intersection and union. So if I'm talking about, I'll do like one by one. So this out, this out. Now I'm having three set here, set 1, 2 and 3. And what difference will give is, you see, when I'm saying set, so, you know, when I'm saying set 2 dot difference set 1, it is, they both are similar. You can use this way or you can use this way, but like कैसे इसमें result आता है, it will give you the elements which are present. मैंने पहले क्या लिखा, I've given the name of set 2 as first one. So it will give consideration to the values of set 2 here, not set 1. So what it says is the elements which are present in set 2 and not there in set 1, give me that result. So what are my elements which are unique to set 2 only, जो मेरे set 1 में नहीं है? Like if talking about 7, we have 7 in set 2 and it is there in set 1 as well. So we cross it out. We have 8 in set 2 and we have 8 in set 1 as well. Then we do not have 5. So it is unique element because it's not there in set 1. Then again 7 was there. Talking about 9, 9 is not there, 10 is not there. So from set 1, what are my unique elements? 5, we have 9, and what we have? 10. These are the unique elements which belong to set 2. So when I'm saying set 2 dot difference set 1, then it is saying that give me elements which only belongs to set 2. तो जो मैंने पहले नाम दूंगी set का, it will consider that element. So elements which only belong to set 2 are 5, 9 and 10. And it gave me a new output, so which I was able to store into set 6 underscore 1. So when I'm printing this here, you see this is my result. That elements which were unique to set 2 gave me my result. Or if you use this command, both will do the same thing. I'm printing set and 6 underscore 1 here and with a space of tab and then set 6 underscore 2. You see, दोनों चीज same काम करेंगे. You can use either approach. You see, but in both we have the same result. So elements which were unique to set 2 were given as my result. So in second command, now let me comment. Now, if I bring this into picture, that is, I'm asking set 1 dot difference. Then, as I said, that the set will be written first, will be given priority. So, what is given? What is the name of set written for set 1? So, it will look for the elements which are present only in set 1, like elements which are unique to set 1 and does not exist in set 2. So, what are the elements which are unique to set 1? They are 1, 2, and 3. Rest other were already also existing in set 2. So set 1 key unique elements will be given by this command. So, and either again you can use any of them, and you see when you get the result, you see 1 comma 2 comma 3. So these commands will give you the unique elements to that set which you write first. ठीक है? Only unique elements. Intersection में दोनों में जो unique था was given. Union में everything was combined, but dot difference will give only unique elements of one set which you write in the first occurrence. Like clear हुआ what this difference is referring to? And when I run this, you see my results are like this here. Yes, Akash. एक second, Komal. What you are printing? You are printing set. You need to print set 1, 2 because you are storing your results in set 1, 2. Okay. Let me run your code. Give me a second. What was wrong? Okay. Okay. The rest of you are you able to do? The rest others? Okay, then moving on to the next one. This was difference. Now we have another difference called symmetric difference. So just like this one, we were able to get unique elements from the set which was written like at priority, that is like initially. So I was able to get unique elements from this one. Again, what if I just want unique elements from both the set, like just like a combination of 9, 10, 5, and 1, 2, 3, because they are themselves unique to their set. They're not present in like both the sets and they're unique. तो इसके लिए we'll be using symmetric difference here. Let me bring those example only here. So printing this line first. Print set 7. You see, we have gotten both the values combined. Ideally, हमारे initially क्या output आ रहा था? 1, 2, 3 was belonging to only set 1. Then 9, 10, and 5 were only belonging to set 2. Now I just want like give me all the unique elements which belong to like individual sets. So you see, it clubbed both of my result 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 9, and 10. So this, like when you want all the values to all together, you use symmetric difference. Then ये तो वही command है. And then another command is like is subset. वही mathematical जो चीजें हम करते थे स्कूल में, like same thing. That if a set 3 is in set 1, like what are my values here? 1 comma, let me run it. What are my values here? 1. What are the values of set 3 here? 1, 7, and 3. So are these values present in set 1 as well? So 1 is present, 3 is present, and 7 is present. So if now I'm asking set 3 is subset of set 1. So I'm asking that is set the values of set 3 present in set 1. If they all are present, it will give me a true. Or let's say let me give 31 here. So it gave me false because all of the values of set 3, there were 1, 7, and 31. And ideally 31 is not present here. So in order to get a true, all the values have to be present in this set 1. So if that is called like a subset. Now set 3 was a subset of set 1 when the value was 3. So if it is a subset, it will give you a true. मतलब subset वो आपको पता भी होगा subset क्या होता है, that if all the values of this set are present in this set 1, then give me true. So this is symmetric difference when you get all the values clubbed together which are unique, and then is subset one command. I've written the theory part as well above this cell. It will give you like a clear idea. So once everybody is done, please tell me. Okay, moving on. Now, just like we had remove command, another command is dot discard. So remove, what it did was, like, if the element is present in a set, it will remove that element. But discard it, what it does is, like, my element B was present in this set and I was able to remove it and I was getting the result. But just like you see, I'm discarding what? I'm discarding hello. So as I've written here, I will remove if an element is present in the set, and if that element is not present, it won't throw any error. So let's say what was my set one here? This is my set one. I'm having a B, and let's say if I remove like this word BAM, it will throw an error. That is key error, because this key does not exist in my set. So it gave me an error. But whereas if the same thing you do here in discard, let's say, now same thing I do here, like hello, this is my set one. There is nowhere hello written into this set. And if I discard a set hello, sorry, if I discard hello keyword into this set, you see I did not get any error. Just like I got a key error here, वो discard में नहीं है, because discard won't throw any error. अगर if that word is present into that set, it will remove. If not, then it will just simply run without throwing any error. So you can use either command. दोनों में values will be only removed, but you know there is a difference that remove will throw an error if an element is not present, whereas discard will not throw an error if that element is not present. It will just simply run. And if it is, it will the element is present, तो वो उसको हटा देगा, just like remove. Yeah. Then another command is dot pop. What it will do is, this is my set one with these many elements. So dot pop की एक property है. It will remove the very first element and return, like it will remove the very first. Now what is the first element here? 1. Now let me make it into another cell here. So this is my set 1. And if I remove, if like I'm saying dot pop, you see my 1 is gone. Now without refreshing my set, I'm running this command again. Now you see this time my 2 is gone, right? 2 is gone. Now if I run it again, my 3 is gone. And if I run it again, 7 will be gone and 8 will be gone. So I'll just will be left with 1 ED. So every time you run it, whatsoever is the first element of your set, that will be removed. Okay, so if you run it n number of times, so jitne bhi elements, and if I run it again, ED is gone, now set is empty. And if I run it again, you see it will throw an error. That is pop from an empty set, because all the elements were simultaneously one by one deleted or removed. So it will remove the very first occurrence. When you are not sure कि आपको क्या करना है, just want to delete the very first element in certain case, then you can use dot pop command. It will remove the very first value. Okay. Again, this is the command for dot copy, which I've already told you, in order to make a copy of a set. So once you're done, can we show the very first element, Anusha? It by using pop, the very first element will be removed. That's what I've shown. Like I've tried running and I've popped multiple times, and every time the very first element was getting removed or popped. Alex, okay. So once you're done with this, please tell me. We are almost done with the set. Then we'll proceed with dictionaries after the break. So once you're done, please tell me. Okay, so बस आकाश दो टॉपिक और रहते हैं, then set finish हो जाएंगे, then we'll have a break and then we'll start with another topic. So has everybody done these commands dot pop and dot discard? Okay, now moving on, just two more operation. So dot clear, whenever you want to empty all of your set, then use dot clear command. It will remove all of the elements all together, like pura set एक बार में is empty. And if you want to delete a set, just like in list we did, del and then the name of set which you want to delete, then this set will be deleted. Okay? And did I tell you about this OS module or I haven't? एक बार मुझे बताना. If not, then I'll tell you. Otherwise, I think I might have. Okay. So what this will do is OS refers to an operating system module. Okay. So at some point, not just now, in future, if you find that where your particular piece of code is, so in that case, you just import this OS module, and when you see print and OS dot get cwd means get current working directory. So when you run this command, it will give you the path to your folder, like where you're working. It will give you path to that. Okay. So whenever you want to know where you're working or where this code is stored, just do this: import OS and then print os.getcwd. So you'll get the path where your code is. Okay. So we are done with the set. So let's have a break of like 5 to 6 minutes, and after that we'll proceed with dictionaries. That is another kind of data storing method in Python. So is anybody having any confusion in set? Okay, so let's have a break and then we'll be back. Okay. Okay. We're done with the set part. So किसी को कोई confusion है set में, please tell me. Otherwise, we are then proceeding with dictionaries. Okay then. Okay. Now moving on, dictionaries, again, they are recognized by curly braces, but the major difference is whenever we talk about a dictionary, we have a key value pair. So it's just like in list and set, we had only one element. So dictionaries में ऐसा नहीं है. Just like there will be a key, and with respect to that, there will be a value, and always they are separated by a column. So whenever you see such kind of thing, it means you are seeing a dictionary. Okay, so they are always in pairs. So you won't find any key alone, or you won't find any value alone. Agar value hai, then you will have a respective key, or you have a key, then you will have a respective value. There will be always an associated pair. It's like nothing, like anything, none, neither the key nor the value, you won't find it alone. Okay, they are mutable means, like, we can make changes, or we can in, like, just like in set and list, or we were able to add elements, we were able to delete elements. So that property is called mutable, because we can make changes to them. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. Like, I'll be back in 2 minutes. कुछ थोड़ा urgent है. Give me a second, please. Anji, thank you. Thank you. So, if somebody says the dictionaries and lists and sets are mutable, it means they're referring to that point that we're able to insert or delete or make changes to that data type. कि हम list में भी change कर पा रहे हैं, set में भी dictionaries में. So they are called mutable. So, the जो next हम करेंगे tuple, they are called immutable because उनमें हम change नहीं कर सकते. So dictionaries में we are able to make changes. So dictionaries are called mutable. Okay, then yes, again in dictionaries, as you see here are written, they are also unordered. So indexing cannot work in dictionaries as well. So if you want to move when we move on, तो आपको थोड़ा clear भी हो जाएगा. But indexing, just like in set, was not possible. Similarly, indexing is not possible in dictionaries as well. So if you want to refer to any value, तो आप उसको key आप you have to give the name of that key, and then only you will be able to see the values. Okay. Now, this is an example of a dictionary. You see, we have started with a curly brace, we have ended with a curly brace, but there is a key value pair. So, whatsoever is on the left side is always the key, and whatsoever is on the right side of column is always the value. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. Let me copy it. Give me a second. So, so this is the like key value pair, and they will be always separated by a column. So when if you want to check the type again, then you use this keyword type and then dict. So this is our dictionary. Okay. Okay, all these. Okay. Now, let's say if you want to convert to convert a dictionary to a list or something, then you need to again just write the keyword in here. So let's say I want to convert this dictionary to a list, but in this way I will get only the key names. I won't get any values. So conversion is possible, but उस time पे मुझे जो सिर्फ LHS में, that is the name of a key, will be only visible. So now if let's say talking about defining a dictionary, this is my dictionary here. इसमें I'm having multiple values. So I'm giving name of a person, I'm giving the age of that person, hair color, and his ID. So just to show that values can be of any type. If I want to give a string here, my value can be a string. If I want to give an integer, it will be an integer. If I want to give a float, just in case of ID I've given here, so it will accept all kind of values. So just anything is accepted, but like this is the key and this is the value. This is something different which you won't find in any other data type, neither in list, neither in set. So this is the way how dictionaries are defined. There has to be a colon in between them, then separated by a comma, and then end close should be curly braces. So, and in order to, let's say, just say in list we used to give the index value and get the value for that specific index. But as I've already told you, indexing does not work in dictionaries. So, but what if I want to get a value? So, us case mein we use two ways. So either you use this keyword dot get, and what you have to specify the key name. You see what I've given here. These are my keys. On my left hand side, these are my keys. So you have to give the name of key, then only get the respective value. So if I'm asking d dot get id, then only I will be able to see this value of 1. Or this way, that is d dot, and sorry, not dot, in square brackets, give the name of key. Then you will be able to see the respective value, because indexing performed nahi hai. So if you want to see a value, you have to give the name of that respective key, then only you will be able to see the value. Just like in here, I've given here as my key value, and then I'm able to see the value for that respective key. Okay, so indexing won't work. If you want to see the value, you have to give the name of key. So like define a dictionary and try to see the values like this. अगर कहीं पे कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो बताओ मुझे, नहीं समझ में आया हो तो बताओ. There is no limit. You can define as many key value pair. There is no such limit key. You cannot go beyond this. Just like in list and set, you can go with any number. So same thing works with dictionary as well. You're asking Anshul, d dot get is used to extract the data. Yes. If you know the key, then in order to extract the respective value, you have to give the key name. Anybody else is having any question? How do we fetch more than one key? Just only one key at a time. Otherwise, for that we use for loop, and which will we do when we move further. But abhi ke liye, using just one key name, you can have one value. So has everybody done the code or still doing? Okay, then moving on, like this was the command in order to get the value for a respective key. And let's say I want to update, I don't want the name to be Sam. I want to give a different name here. So in that case, again, this is my dictionary, the same. I'm defining again and again because, if I'm making changes to it so that I know. So just to keep थोड़ा रिफ्रेश रहता है अगर मैं यहाँ रोहित डाल दूँ at some point नीचे 10 line of code में I'm trying or adding something, deleting something, तो उस चीज़ I'm not able to find. So that's why I'm defining my dictionary again and again. So again, this is my dictionary, and one thing is different here. You see, I've given the key name as one. So you can do this way as well. So it's not mandatory that your key will be always a string. If you want to give an integer value, you can give an integer value as well. But generally, keys refer to the name that what this value is referring to. So if I'm saying one, then you should know that what one is as per your code. So generally, like we know the concept of name here, so it means they are referring to a value. But again, this it's not limited. If at some point you want to give such kind of value, then you can give this key value pair. Otherwise, generally, key में हम हमेशा we give something like a category name so that we're able to understand what these values are referring to. Okay. Now let's say I want to update the value of a key. Initially, what was the name here? Sam. Now instead of name, I've given my key here, and again for that respective key, I don't want Sam to happen. I want another name. Let me run this here. Let's see. You see here, now I'm able to access to this key because this was an integer. If I would give it a string, it won't identify because by default I've given it as an int. अगर मैं इसको string देती like this way, then I would have given it a string here. But since I've not done it this way, I've just given an integer. So I can define it using this int keyword here. Sorry, as an integer value. So I'm saying refer to my key where the key name is 1, and I want like the value for that should be Rohit. Okay. So this way, without using any dot update or anything, I'm just saying equal to. So this way my Sam was replaced with Rohit. You see here with just this keyword. Just give the key name and the new value you want to write, then that existing value will be replaced or overwritten by the new value which you give here. So similarly here, uh, by this way you can add a key value pair another. Now what is our dictionary having? One, age, here, and ID. We do not have any place, and let's say I want to add an extra key value pair to my existing dictionary. Then again, हमेशा ऐसे ही तरीके से we access the value, we change the value, we insert a new value. So one command for everything. So here I will give the dictionary name plus the key value I want to insert. So let's say I want to insert the key name as place and the respective value to be Delhi, and also I want to insert a key having the value of like a key having the name of 2, and uske respective mein I want this value to be added. So when I print my dictionary here, you see I'm able to add place, Delhi, and 2 into my existing dictionary. So if you want to access a value, then just simple D_1. This will give you, let me print it. So this will give you your respective value. Or if you want to make a change, then do it this way. Or if you want to insert a new key value pair, then just do it this way, equal to, then automatically. And let's say here one more thing. I've already added place here to Delhi. I want to make one more place here. Now let's say I will say with same keyword. So only like unique keyword can occur. If I'm defining with, let's say Haryana here. So my Delhi will be replaced with Haryana. You see. So with only one key, one key can exist. Key cannot be duplicate. If there was a place here, so and I'm adding another place, then this place will be overwritten. It's not कि मैं एक place Delhi डाल दूँ, एक place Haryana डाल दूँ. That won't happen. It will override that existing key. So only with a single name, only one key will occur. Okay. So you have to be like you should know that if this key already exists, then that will be overwritten by this command. Okay, now I've updated initially what was the value for one, it was Sam. By this command, I have updated the value for that one, then I'm printing it. By this command, you see I'm able to get the value as Rohit because this is the latest change I've made. And after that, I'm printing my dictionary. And similarly, I'm inserting or I'm adding new key value pair to my existing dictionary and then I'm printing them. Okay. So anybody is having any question? Okay then. So once everybody is done, please tell me, then we'll move to next. Okay, then moving on, I think yeah, most of have you done. Now, in order to access the elements of a dictionary, so how do we do it? It's not just a simple for loop here. Isme, whenever you want to access to a dictionary, you have to use the keyword. Sorry. Have to use this keyword dot items. So what this will give you, let's say if I'm printing, give me a second. Key comma value and then or just like this one. You see, in order to access all the elements, you have to use a for loop, and a simple for loop won't work with dictionaries because in order to get elements of dictionary, you have to use this keyword dot item, the function name here. So when we are saying dot items, it will return both the key and the respective value pair. So when I run this here, yes, it is a function. Whenever you find something after a dot, it means you are calling a function. And moreover, with open close brackets, it is a function. So dot items is a function by which you will be able to access all the key and the respective values for that dictionary. Again, it will give you two things, tuple and packing. The very first value will be the key and the second value will be always referring to the respective value for that key. So if you want to print, if you want to have the values from d dot items, तो ये दो तरह से आपको रिजल्ट देगा. पहले जैसे these are my keys which I've gotten here, I've printed here, and the second will be your value, ठीक है, which I've printed here. So if you want to access all the elements, then you need to use this dot items as the function, and then you get the result. And if you let's say if you want to access only keys here, so for key in d dot keys will be the function name, and then it will indentation print key. I need to know this. So when I run this, you see I've just gotten all the key names, age, here, ID, place, to. And similarly, if I just want the values, then for value in data. You see, now I've gotten all the values. Yes, it's up to you whatsoever you want to print. See, print is not bound to anything. If you just want to print key here, you can print. But I'm just telling scenario that let's say if you're that what you were asking, you can just print key here. But I was telling key what dot item return. Dot item returns combination of both key value pair. And you just want keys, then you have to use dot keys function, or you can use dot items as well and just print key here. Up to you. But if function is available for separate keys as well, and function is available only for values as well, or you can use this one and pick only what you want. Okay. So if can we give, yeah, these can be anything. These can be anything. In any for loop you can give any name. I've just given for understanding purpose ki pehla will be referring to key and second will be referring to value. So you can just key comma v, you can give anything. They are temporary variables which will be storing your values. It's like they're not mandatory. You can use anything here. Okay. Another keyword as well. You can just instead of k or v, you can use anything as well. And is anybody having any question? So if you are asked to define a one-liner, can you define a one-liner for this dictionary for loop? I think we have done one-liner, so I would ask like define a one-liner in order to fetch the key names here. To fetch the key names, define a one-liner and send in me your code in a private message. So is it clear what we have to do? किसी को कोई confusion? You have to define a one-liner so that you are able to access the key value and like all the pair without using this simple like as usual for loop. आपको one-liner define करना है. Anji, can you define a one-liner? You'll get no, Anusha. It's you're not properly using it. This will give you a result. No, Komal. This will give you a result, but not the proper way. It should not be done this way. हाँ जी, this is good. Akash, Naveen, Anusha. This time it is good. What about others? हाँ जी, what about others? Only 4 people have responded to this question. बाकी सब अमन, हार्दिक, नवीन, प्रतीक, प्रियांश, राहुल, सदत, सोनिया. अच्छा, नवीन है, yeah, I replied, sorry. हाँ जी, are you able to do? We did one-liners. It means अगर आप नहीं कर पा रहे, it means you have not done the homework. आपने खुद से self study नहीं की है. That's why you're not able to do. This is a simple for loop. ना कोई if else कुछ भी नहीं है. Simple for loop है. आप लोगों ने self study नहीं की. You are not able to do. And without self study, आप you know, if you take n number of classes and if you do not do it yourself, तो वो चीज then it is problematic because अगर आप खुद से कोड ही नहीं करोगे तो फिर प्रैक्टिस कैसे करोगे? Concept समझ के we have to do the hands on. That is a mandate thing if you want to learn coding. Everybody who is not able to do. Without आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो कोई फायदा नहीं है. टॉपिक समझने का, टॉपिक समझ लोगे लेकिन कर ही नहीं पा रहे हो, फायदा क्या? Okay, let's discuss the solution here. Now simple for loop था. For value, this is our simple for loop जो हमारी पहली लाइन का कोड होता है. I've written the same thing here. And what has to be printed will come first. Many of you have written print here like this, but then what is the use of a what is the use of a one liner if you're including print here? One liner में क्या होता है? What has to be printed will come first. Without using any print command, it will give you the result. So आप फिर आप print लिख रहे हो तो आप कर क्या करो? सीधा पहले ये लिख रहे हो, then ये लिख रहे हो. That's not the optimal. It will give you a result, but that's not the optimal way. कि अगर आप one liner करो, you should not write that way. ठीक है, so it will give you automatically, it will give you print itself without explicitly writing print command. Whatsoever has to be printed will come first, followed by the for loop. So here if I want to print keys, then I'm printing, you know, I'm giving the name of temporary variable as value. So I'm printing values here. If let's say I want to go for values, see I'm getting the values. And even dot items के लिए, it will work two ways here for items. If I'm, you see, for a single key value, for a single, you know, it worked. If I'm saying dot items, it gives me two results. The very first occurrence is key and the second occurrence is value. आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो or you can just give in here as well, like originally जैसे हमने दिया था. The ideal way to do is key comma value. But if you want to print two things here, you have to enclose them into brackets. If I just write them without brackets, it will throw me error. Okay, I'm able to set the result, see the result. If I include them without brackets, it will throw me an error. Okay, so when you want to print two values, just enclose them into brackets and followed by the simple for loop. Okay, clear हुआ? Like who are not able, like जिनको समझ नहीं आया था या जो नहीं कर पाए, कोई क्वेश्चन है? प्लीज प्रैक्टिस बहुत जरूरी है. We have done the refresher as well. हमने initial basics भी किया था. And if still आप लोग homework नहीं करोगे तो then that is not a good thing. आपको करना चाहिए homework. If you are putting so much of efforts, you are attending the classes, तो आप सिर्फ अपना part पे lag करोगे. So please practice. ठीक है? Now moving on to the next topic. This is simple D dot keys just to see the values. Then if you want to remove a value, then again pop command is available here as well, and here you have to give the key name. Just given the key name and that value will be popped. So what was our place referring to? Our place was referring to Delhi. So if I'm removing a key, then the value will be automatically gone. It's not just the key will go or the value will go, it's always a pair. So if a key is gone, then the respective value is also gone. So let's say if I'm saying d.pop and I'm popping up the place here and I'm printing d, you see now the Delhi is gone. And similarly, if I, let's say if I pop 1 here, then Rohit is gone. So if you want to remove elements, then you just give in the key name here and you just have to give the key name. You cannot give the value name because it won't refer, let's say if I'm giving black here. It says keyword black because dictionaries only refer to keys. It does not refer to values. It will only refer to keys. So you have to always give a key name here and then only you will be able to delete that respective key value pair. Okay. So this was the command in order to delete an element given the key name. Now one more thing. अच्छा, उससे पहले you can have a combination of key value pair as well. Let's say, let me see if I've done it below as well or not. No. Okay. एक बार do this pop command, then I'll tell you one more thing. If you have done it, please tell me. If you have already done it, तो बता दो, then I'll just jump to that. Okay, so just now what we did was we were only feeding only one value. Like for one respective key, I was only feeding only one value. So it is possible that you can give a combination as well. Like sorry, not combination. You can give multiple values as well. That is, let's say I want to have all these values, and for names I want to have not just Sam. I want to have multiple names. So for values, you can give n number of. You can give multiple values. It will accept all of them. It won't throw any error. You see now what is my because I've updated. Let me. You see, I'm able to give multiple values for a single key. And okay, one more thing now. If given this command, let me give you this question here. Now for this given age, I want this value 50 to be printed. So let me send in you this dictionary here and define a code such a way that if you write the code, you're just getting 50 as your result, nothing else. Okay? I want the output only to be 50. क्लियर? क्या करना है? किसी को कोई कंफ्यूजन है? क्या करना है? हाँ जी, is anybody having any confusion कि what we have to do? Okay. Try doing it. Just get the value 50. And we have all जो भी इसमें required है, we have done everything. There is nothing new कोई भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया है हम, we have not covered. So everything required for this is covered already. Just a combination of multiple things is to be done. हाँ जी अनिशा, good to go. हाँ जी सोनिया, good to go. Hanji, what about others? Only two people have given me the answer. Akash, like I've given multiple values for the key age. So I want you to write a code so that if you just get 50 as your result. I don't want entire list, nested list. I just want 50 as your output. What about others? We have 11 people here. Only like, three people, Anusha, Sonia and Akash. बाकी सब इन तीनों ने जवाब दिया. बाकी सब का क्या? What all are you doing? What? Let's discuss the solution. I don't know what other people are doing. So simple one, that is, how do we access the values? If I say D and in square brackets, if I say age, then I'm able to get to all the values here, correct? And out of this 50, so what was the index here? 0, then 1, and this entire is 2. So I'll just say 2 here in order to get to this list, and which element I want? 50, and it's at index 0. So you see, I've just gotten 50 here. So this way you can perform indexing on values as well. It cannot be performed on dictionary because if we're talking about dictionary, we have a key value there. But if values are only in the form of a list, then you can perform the dictionary, indexing part. Okay. Now moving on. Yes, dot update command, just like in set, we were able to update an existing set. Similarly, we can update an existing dictionary. Again, it will only take one value, like one instance. You cannot give multiple instances. So this was my dictionary D, having name, age, year, and ID. So this was my dictionary with D, and another dictionary as D1 with having country and season name. So I want the values or the key value pair from dictionary D1 to be updated into D. So D dot update, either you can give D1 here, like instead of all this, I could give D1, it will work fine, or I could just like regular जो हमने दिया था, we could give this way as well. So again, it won't return you anything. Dot update command will make changes to your existing dictionary. So when I run this command, you see country, season, and month and age. Yes, age was already there, but the value of age was 23. Now given another key value pair for age having value 12. You see the value for age is updated now. So you can update multiple values together with just one command, or you can add one by one. कि हम सीधा key का नाम दें and the respective value. So by that you can add one value at a time. Or if you want to add multiple values together, then dot update is the command. But be careful that you give one element here, be it a complete set, or sorry, be it a complete dictionary, or be it the name of a dictionary. Okay, so is anybody having any confusion here with a dot update? Shall I move on? Have we done the coding part? Okay. So once you're done, please tell me. It's always better to write this way so that आपको clearly पता है how many keys you have, how many values you have, just for understanding purpose, or you can write it that way. No much difference. ठीक है. हाँ जी हो गया. Naveen is done. What about others? Okay, now moving on, the last command, and after that we'll end up our session. So then we have dot pop item. What it will do is, as I've written here, it will remove the last inserted key value pair from your dictionary. So it will just, we do not give anything inside it. And if I say just d dot pop item, so what was the last uh, key value pair added? So उसमें मेरी last value क्या थी? Age. Sorry, age was because already it was there, so it won't be considered as last because it already existed in my dictionary. So with by this command, we just updated the value of age. So as per that, the last value was month. So if I give dot pop item here and I print the result, you see month section is gone. Sorry, month key value pair is gone. And if I you remove it n number of time, एक second. So now initially what was gone? Month. Now I've run it again. Now season is gone. So if you remove it n number of times, so हर बार आपका जो last element है will be removed. So if I run it again, now what is the last element here? Country. It will be gone. If I run it again, you see country is gone. Now what is last here? 1:ID. If I run it again, this will go. Similarly, again with here and black, it will go. So dot pop item will always remove the last element of your dictionary. You run it n number of time, तो उस time पे जो last होगा that will be removed. ठीक है? So is anybody having any confusion या question हो before we wind up today's class? Okay. So tomorrow, I think just few more commands, then we'll be done with dictionaries as well, and tuple, like do not have much commands in tuple. So I hope we'll finish dictionaries and tuple tomorrow, and we may start with another topic. Okay? So please do the practice part, and if any point anybody faces any error or question, please tell me. Okay? So thank you everybody. Thank you so much. So, Sir Alok sir,